Hey boys and girls and mom, welcome to KenSmithFishing.com. It is Sunday after Thanksgiving, and I got a lot of footage this week. I'm going to break this into two parts, and I'll post them kind of back to back just because I don't want to post another 30-minute video. I think that gets a little long, and that way you can view one and come back later and view the other if you want to. So if you haven't seen my Thanksgiving video a couple days ago, we had a lot of fun on Thanksgiving morning. Fished about a half a day and caught a bunch of fish and got that video up. The lake continues to rise. I'll post the lake height right here, but it's continuing to rise. This morning the air temperature was 64 degrees. Water temperature, well actually, so let me kind of back up. Yesterday morning we went to my mom's and my niece's for Thanksgiving, so we only fished about 2 or 3 hours yesterday morning, and we caught them every day except yesterday. And I actually went south yesterday and put in at Caney and fished around Caney and Beach and a little bit south of Caney, and didn't really catch anything. We caught actually just these few little fish right here. And actually, let's back up. So the days before that, I kind of stayed within, let's say, 3 miles of the bridge, and we caught a bunch of fish. So let me throw up some of those fish catches right here. So this is, I guess this would be Friday. I spent the entire day on the water Friday, and then so here's some Friday catches. All right, good morning. It's Friday morning after Thanksgiving. We're gonna go out and try it a little bit. It's chilly, and today Bodie decided to come. Which Bodie would go every day, but it's a little bit chilly out, so we had to style Bodie up. Check out the buff. Hey, Buff. That's styling right there. He's got it going on. He's ready to roll. You ready to shower down on it, Bo? Let's go fish a little bit, what do you say? That's my boy.
something you don't see very often. That little fish balled up in milfoil. I thought I could get a better bite on trout, and they're getting smaller. Little guy, that's why I missed him. Well, of course the rain comes up. I have to turn the camera off. Pick up my little Carolina rig. And a nice one. Solid fish. Fish we barely hooked. It's 3.5. Maybe 4 pounds. Look how big that fish's tail is. Wow. That's a pretty fish. Not the best re-entry. Can be a little more careful. Sorry for the super close-up, but I probably never talked about this on camera before, and this is something I do in practice. A lot of guys go, lighter line in practice, or some guys do, to get more bites. One of the things I like to do on my Carolina rig is I go to this tiny hook. This is an owner 1/0 rigging hook. And you'll see it is truly a tiny hook, and I do that for 2 reasons. Number one, I do think I get more bites on it, but number two, I can bend it real easy. So if I get my rig hung up down there, I can pull it loose. And just, again, this is talking about on practice days. I can bend it free and then just bend it back and keep fishing with it, and I don't have to retie it. I don't keep losing the rig. So just a little thought. I do it all the time. I had never mentioned it on camera, and I thought some other guys might find that useful. So there you go. Now I just need a baby brush hog.
So Friday catches, those were all still fish out over drains. Speaking of which, let's just do this real quick right now. So I've had at least half a dozen guys say, what in the world do you mean by drain? So let me put, and somebody also asked, he said, when you're talking about a corner, what are you talking about? So let me just shoot a little quick video right here on my hummingbirds, and I'll show you what I mean when I talk about, or when we talk about drains and corners. Okay, so this is Julie Creek. So Julie Creek coming in right back here. To me, and by the way, I had never heard the term drain until I moved to Texas. But to me, a drain is a place that is not a feeder creek. It's something that drains into a creek. So in my mind, this would be a drain. These would all be drains. And I'll show you another spot. So this is the back end of Caney, and you see there's a creek here, and there's a creek back here, Caney Creek. But these are drains. Ideally, you like something like that, where you've got a drain out in the lake that drops into a creek. That's a little drain. That's probably actually even a little slough. You see how it came in there and kind of died? But that's what we would call a drain. That's what we're talking about when we're fishing. Now, we also talk about corners, and this is probably not the best example. That's a corner right there. So it's where something makes an abrupt turn. That's a corner right there. That's a little corner right there. So if that was a grass mat, now obviously it's not. That's pretty deep out there. Now there's another one right there. Now that may be just that one of those drains going in there. But if I was going down through there flipping grass, that's a corner, and that's also a spot that I'd want to throw a trap over. I'd want to throw an A-rig over. I'd want to throw a jerk bait. Certainly want to pitch a Cinco in there. That is drains and corners. So a drain is something where you have a series, you can see those contour lines dropping off in there, and a corner is something where you have that little tiny thing right there. I mean, that's actually a perfect definition of a corner right there. See that little doodad right there? That's a corner. That's what you're looking for. It doesn't matter whether it's up here in 6 or 8 feet of water or out there in 30 feet of water. That's the kind of stuff you want to look for. So hopefully that's helpful in the definitions of drains and corners for us Texans. Thanks, guys. Okay, so hopefully that helps you when we say drains.